everybody. Mwah. Welcome to your morning message. For today's reading, the date is January 31st, 2020. You know that these readings are absolutely timeless and they're designed for anyone, anywhere. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, you can check my information in the description box below. I'm offering one-on-one live coaching sessions as well. That live session will be through video chat, just to let you guys know. And of course, donations are always welcome. All right, so thank you. Let's jump in. All right, guys. Oh my gosh. So today's reading, as I'm looking at it, the first thing that jumps out to me is this. Look at these two beautiful cards. That obviously looks like Kali Ma right on the left. And then we have the goddess, and then we have Page of Hearts, right? But let's take a look at what these two cards are coming together to do. First of all, they fall upon this card. This is our controlling card for today. Parrot Spirit, watch your words. So Parrot Spirit is telling us that we have definitely come to the end of a cycle. You see him carrying that 4 and 5, which is 9. Of course, a lot of us on this, now, I'm calling it a show now. Sometimes they call it a call, sometimes they call it a show. But a lot of us on the show, in the audience, have gone through a timeline shift. They have upgraded themselves. They have gone through the portal, whatever it is that you'd like to use to refer to yourself as having had a spiritual upgrade. Now, the thing about it is what I'm seeing in this card here is that it's a beautiful thing in the sense that more creativity is coming in. They're inspiring us to be creative. What is it that you want? What would you like to have? What would you like to accomplish? Who would you like to be? All of these things are questions that you can be asking yourself and pushing yourself to discover. But at the same time, I do see that you're still, some of you, struggling with some of the things that you have experienced prior to this shift. Some of these things that are being released. See, it's almost like, see all these cute little colors there on his tail end right here. Well, I guess this is the tail end. Oh my gosh, he actually has a tail. All right. Let's look here on his little rump right here. Imagine these things on his actual tail end as having been at one point attached to him, and now they're falling away. So we need to allow those things to fall away. The message here is that they're saying to watch our words. In other words, watch your story. Things happen to us, guys, but it's the narrative that we tell that serves to either liberate us or to keep us locked in to whatever the experience is. A quick example is if I ask one of you to hand me a pencil, hey, can you hand me that pencil, please? And then you give it to me. Like, the action is the pencil was given to me. But the narrative that I tell about it is what makes a difference as well in my experience, in my life, and in the way I act upon the world. For example, I could say, oh my God, why did this person just give it to me silently? They didn't even say, here you go. They were so cold at it. Like, dude, this guy's mean, or this girl's mean. Another way I can say is, perceive of that moment is like, the way they gave it to me, like I am less than them. Like, that's it. Like, you could have, done it differently. Or, wow, why did that person just throw this pencil at me? Like, that's weird. I mean, couldn't they have done it more gently? So you see, the fact is that there's always the action of passing the pencil, and then there's the story that we tell about it. And guys, that alone is a very liberating idea, because once again, going back to the sentence that we said earlier, the narrative that you give to an event can either serve to liberate you or to keep you locked into that experience. Imagine if everything had no meaning. This is going right back to A Course in Miracles. One of the main things they say is nothing means anything. There is no meaning to anything except that which you provide it. In other words, it's projection, right? We've heard of some philosophers, if not all, I don't know, I don't study philosophy that hard, but a lot of philosophers going in and talking about how we project onto the world. Everyone that we see is as ourselves. We see this thought, we hear this thought, it's all over, it's in psychology, right? All sorts of stuff. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that Spirit is coming through this channel today to say, please watch the way that you are describing your past and the way that you experienced your past. Why? Because right now, notice release, they're asking you to release some things. Go ahead and just shake your tail feather, right? Shake it off, right? So as it's shaking off, how are you going to choose to see that? Oh, the money that you lost, is it poor me? The world is always out to get me. I must not be deserving of money because every time I get it, the world takes it. Or, oh my gosh, this person cheated on me. I'm so useless because if I weren't, then they wouldn't have done, all of those things. Or are you going to get a little bit better with it and say, okay, well, that happened and there's nothing I can do about it now. Let's move on. Or are you going to for reals go at it like, oh, wow, that happened. It really hurt. Now you're acknowledging the emotions, right? It really hurt, and that pain reminded me of these other pains that I'm carrying. There's the transmutation of the energies at the core level, right? But you know what? I definitely learned something from that experience, and I'm going to take it forward with me as experience, and I'm going to leave the rest. So I can remain open to new things that can happen, and so I can create better narratives about the things that happen to me in the future. Now, it's funny because as I'm saying that, my eyes are drawn to this beautiful crystal structure here, and it's clean, it's pure, the energy's there. And so what they're saying, and I'm feeling this in my heart space right now for you guys and for myself, is what they're saying is they want you to approach the future with a clean template. Because when you approach the future with a clean template, what happens is that then you're not stopping energy from getting through because you still have gunk and junk from the past. Imagine if you had these colors already smattered on, still smattered onto that beautiful crystalline structure. Guess what's going to happen? The next person or the next experience that wants to create onto that, or that you would like to create onto that, is going to be sullied because there are colors there already. In other words, don't bring your pain into your next relationship. Don't choose to see the next person as a cheater because they said something, because that, you learned some lessons in the past that your lessons were in shadow, like never trust a man again, and never do this again, and never be vulnerable again. Those are shadow lessons because they're not real lessons. That's not what Spirit wanted you to learn. You know what I mean? Spirit always wants you to learn things like nurture yourself, protect yourself, stay connected with your intuition, love yourself, value yourself. Those are the kinds of things, and they're always going to be independent of the thing that you were with, right? Like for a man, it's yes, you can say protect yourself in relationships, yes, but even that's not the core lesson here. The core lesson is going to be value yourself in all that you do. Because when you have that self-worth and that self-value, whether it's a man, a tow truck, a business deal, whatever, a new roommate, it's a formal defense against tomfoolery, or fuckery, excuse the language, Sometimes we need to go to that word because that's what it is, right? So you always have to say, as you're learning, yes, but am I learning the highest lesson here? Please, God, help me to discern. Okay? As I'm saying that, I'm seeing us be drawn to this card here. Notice it's coming with the release, right? It's coming with the release. But as there's that release, which is so very necessary, there's always, and the tears, of course, and she's like walking fully in shadow. She's in her shadow. She's walking. She's experiencing it. But look at that awareness. It's red. Yes, that awareness is red. It's built on survival instincts, maybe feeling like the world is crashing down, bringing you straight into that first chakra, all sorts of stuff. But through it all, she's going to be able to transform herself and transmute whatever's going on as long as she keeps herself attuned to that higher aspect of herself. And that higher aspect at certain times is just going to sound like, I don't know what I'm going to wake up like tomorrow morning or from my nap, but when I wake up, I'll deal with it then, and I set my compass towards a higher echelon, a higher state of being. And as I'm saying these words, I'm feeling our energy fields lift up in frequency. Higher state of being, a higher consciousness, a higher awareness, a higher love. You know that song, Make Me a Higher Love? Are they saying make me or bring me? Anyway, get it. You get it. All that, like as I'm saying those words, I don't know if you can feel the energy shift in the room, but it's taking us higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. So they're trying to bring us out, and you can probably feel that. Oh, look, I actually hit the light by mistake to the correct amount of lighting. Thank you. Okay, see, Spirit is so good. They don't mince the even actions in these readings. You guys know I can't stand the lighting here, but we roll with it. Anyway, so what they're trying to say is when you set yourself and your sights higher, regardless of where you are, you have no choice but to be pulled up, because you looking up, sometimes even physically looking up and saying, God, please, that's when the hand comes down and pulls you up, and that's when the hands around you push you up as well, right? Everything is there. Ask and it shall be done unto you, right? But the problem is that a lot of people don't realize they have so much available to them. But as I'm saying that, I'm also getting another message. A lot of people don't realize they have so much pain and so much hate is the word I was getting, attached to them. So they're interestingly using the word attached. They're saying that a lot of times not everything that you're feeling belongs to you. The hatred, the misogyny, the vampirism is what they're saying is rampant, especially, like, I don't want to say especially these days, but vampirism is rampant. And in the scramble for sovereignty and solidarity and of self, we've got people like latching onto each other and people being latched onto, and they're like, whoosh, right? Guillotine. Cord cutting is important, they're saying, and they're reminding us that you can never ever cut cords of love, even if you try, so you can't make a mistake. Anytime you go to do cord cutting, just know that you're cutting out toxins, toxic railways, connections, right? And look at these fish. They can't latch on to her. I almost said leech on to her anymore, because look at this defense she's put up. She's like, boop. And now they're all kind of floating around her, but they can't latch on. And they're saying that this is what we need to be. Look at her transforming here through the heart space, all right? Allowing things to die. Allow the old to die so that the new can come in. Sorry, I'm just feeling some new energies. And it makes me smile. Anyway, so that's what they're saying. So, yes, bringing us back around to parrot spirit. Parrot spirit is reminding us to be mindful of the way that we are viewing the lessons of the past. Not only viewing the lessons of the past, but viewing the relationships of the past, viewing the events of the past. They're saying, watch your words, okay? All right, thank you, Spirit. Wow, they're so good. They spent like 12 and a half minutes, more than 12 and a half minutes on that amazing message. All right, so let's move on and see what else they're saying. I'm being shown that there is going to be a delivery soon. Guys, we're getting deliveries. I'm seeing cute little, I almost said watch and wait spirit, cute little seahorse spirit. He's like, all right, boys, bring it back. Beep, beep, beep. Like, he's our friend, right? And he's our friend who said, all right, I'll wait. I know you're out of the house. I'm going to go ahead and wait at the door to receive this package for you. Look how cute he is. His eyes are open. He's like, I'm not going to blink 1 second because I want to make sure this package is delivered and received. I'm like, oh my God, but you can still blink. Oh my God, blink. He's like, worlds are missed, he said, in the blink of an eye. So look at that. Thank you, Seahorse Spirit, for being amazing. So he's going to keep a watchful eye open for everything that's coming in for us. Because you guys know that I'm getting a moving truck here. God bless him. All that you need, he's saying, will be provided for you. God bless. All that you need will be provided for you, and trust that you are going to be safe. People who need to know about you will know. People who don't need to know about you, regardless of what you believe is necessary, will not know. They're saying they're going to help us through any retrogrades, any whatevers that come up. They're going to help us to keep that connection to what needs to happen, right? Because the cosmological influences, the emotional influences, the collective consciousness, all of that stuff is like pea soup. But they have this line. It's almost like, it looks like a little barbecue skewer upon which they've put all these cute little pineapples and all sorts of stuff. Imagine if you're getting the cute little pineapples and all sorts of stuff. They're like, and they're going to make sure that you get all the stuff that you need amidst all the chaos and craziness. And so they're saying that also means something for somebody, because I'm seeing somebody surrounded by family. This does come across as a woman. She's probably in her 40s, you know, early to mid, maybe I'm getting about 46, and I'm seeing you surrounded by a lot of family, and you seem like you could be the grounded one, but you're coming across as a little bit ungrounded right now. I see you being a little bit heavy set. I see you, whoever this is, I see you like almost like in the backyard with your family, being very family oriented. So maybe a barbecue, maybe you guys have family parties in the backyard, whatever, and just being a little bit ungrounded because, and they're saying tested as well, because of all the people around you. It's like testing you. It's like, right? So they're saying try your best to stay grounded, everybody, but they're saying trust in spirit that you will have what is due unto you. Okay? And I just checked my phone to make sure that the phone didn't turn off, and it said 15 minutes 51 seconds 1551. Yeah, so they're saying, yeah, we got you, fam. All right, next card that I'm getting, oh yes, I'm sorry, Seahorse Spirit is sorry, he's Seahorse Spirit. He's like, hello, I'm still talking. my bad, boo. You know, he rides a little bit. He's riding on me right now. But Seahorse Spirit also has a very orchestral feeling. It's almost like he is the conductor, right? So I'm seeing him, more bass, more cowbell. I'm seeing him like orchestrating a lot of things for us. Thank you, Seahorse Spirit. And it's still going back to what he was talking about, like we're all going through a lot. There are a lot of things shifting. A lot of people are moving right now to accommodate that shift in energy. And so that, you know, includes needing to be more aware of a lot of things. We've got, you know, that virus that is being covered a lot in the news. Please don't go into fear. Guys, they want you to go into fear, because when something goes wrong, then your fear mode is triggered, and then you turn in your helplessness and ungroundedness to guess who, governments, governing institutions, all sorts, to give you the answer to a problem they may well have started. No shade and no comments, but you know my point. And so you want to make sure that you're staying grounded amidst everything. Take action that needs to be acted upon, but don't listen to just everybody. Don't just read everything. You don't watch every newspaper article, TV, blah 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 that you read, because stay informed. You know, go for the news, leave the emotions. All right, don't let people promote and project their emotions onto you, because what happens is now we all become a bunch of lemmings, and one guy gets up in arms and everybody gets up in arms, and nobody is grounded, and then it's easy to sell you whatever they want, right? Literally the word is sell. So just keep that in mind. And so Seahorse Spirit is saying amidst that kind of chaos, and then obviously with the death of Kobe Bryant, that's another thing that's in the collective consciousness. So introducing that energy of grief, and that, you know, like there's just a lot going on, guys. And that's just two things we can identify from the news. Imagine the things that are just hanging in the air to which we have no name. So they're saying, please be mindful that you are sovereign beings. You're sovereign, and you choose what, yeah, thank you, Spirit, for this, to let into your experience. At the end of the day, anybody could sell you anything, but you have to have your own discernment. And even if you're like, yeah, things are pretty bad, but this is how I choose to deal with it, you gotta go with that. Otherwise, you're just another person just consuming everything on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, this and that, in the name of staying informed. It's not staying informed all the time, because if you really want to stay informed and you're really about that objectivity, you probably would never absolutely go to these main news sources and things like that. There are other avenues that Spirit would open you up to kind of, and that in itself is flexible. Spirit would never say only go to this one source to, you know, learn something. It's not like that. Spirit will tell you something off the side of a moving bus if it needs to, you know. if you didn't see the nightly news, but you know you need to get a face mask, it's going to come to you as you're walking by a drugstore or somewhere or the street, and you see a discarded face mask and they tap on your shoulder at the time. You have to stay open to those messages and to know that here he is again. Know that whatever you need will be brought to your attention, okay? Watch and wait. Do not go into fear. Yeah, so Seahorse Spirit, God bless him. He's so cute. Oh my God, he's so cute. Oh, so cute. He's so small. Oh my God. But look how much he's doing for us, how much orchestrating he's doing. And he's like, I'm not even going to blink right now because I don't need to blink. My eyes are hydrated in this water. All right? And he's saying that my eyes are hydrated in this water. He's saying, listen, y'all. I thrive in the chaos is what Seahorse Spirit is saying, because the water for us is pea soup. It's collective consciousness. It's crap, a lot of it. And he's like saying, no, I know. I live in the ocean where a lot of fish are crapping all over the place, but I see very well and I don't need to blink it out, right? And so he's saying that he's the right energy to have here during this chaotic time, and we could trust that Spirit has our back, okay? Is what he's saying. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Let's look at Seahorse Spirit again and say thank you. Thank you, Seahorse Spirit. Okay, in other words, thank you, vast network of friends and family on the other side, helping us to stay sovereign and stay in our groundedness and not go into fear and buy into all of these things that are being sold to us. Guys, it is money making to sell you ideas. We're already sold on ideas of beauty and race and all this stuff. Like, I mean, come on, let's try to at least, come on, try to be sovereign here. And they're helping. All right, thank you guys. All right, the next card that's coming, interestingly, super cute, is Claim Your Independence. You guys know I love cat spirit, okay? Now, Hope, you know, if your name's Hope and you had a reading with me, you know who you are, okay? Hope, that's so your energy right there. Super cute. The way that card looks, that's that medical energy right there, guys. That kind of, look at it, guys. I love cat spirit. Oh my gosh, you guys know I love this card so much. All right, so for a minute there, I saw your energy pattern, Hope. All right, so now going back to the general reading here, cat spirit is coming through today to tell us to claim our independence, okay? Claim that independence. Look at her learning what she needs, but that's discernment. Look at that. She's not just wearing any headpiece. No, it's frequently tuned. That's what they're saying. Thank you. Frequently attuned and frequently in tune to what needs to be tuned into. So imagine wearing a device on your ear that's just like that. I know she's all paws, but you know, maybe it works with her little paws, but you know, with your hand just reaching up and just adjusting it every day to hear the truth in all different circumstances. What does that look like? In with her eyes too. Look at her eyes. One eye's one color, the other's another color. This cat is very attuned. So imagine her going into a crowd of people or just talking to family, friends, going to the DMV, whatever it is, going about her daily business. Someone says something to her, she hears it with her little cute little ears there, but she knows we're not just going to go off of what we hear. She takes her tuner and she just turns it until it clicks, and she knows that it's automatically now tuned into the truth of that situation. All right, and that's going to be at a certain frequency. Excuse me. So for example, she's watching the news at home, you know, chilling, watching the news. They're saying, and in today's news, A, B, C, D happened. She goes click, and then she hears, oh, but what's really going on is this is not the true story as it is. More is going to come out. But the fact is that there's foul play here, and don't even listen to this story right now. We'll get back to you later about what you really need to hear. Bye. That's it. All right. I just looked at my time. It's 10:10. Okay. Look, guys, they're trying to get you to think for yourself. Bring that in. There's that other 10. Get it. Right? Cat Spirit is saying you must have discernment. They're saying don't BS, guys. Don't BS with it. You know, do not buy into what is said on mainstream media. I don't care where you hear it. I don't care if it's through this channel. You have to be your own discernment. Use your eyes to discern. Why don't you go ahead and program one of your eyes? For me, it's my left eye. I really feel it's my left eye. If you feel that you need that extra kick, program one of your eyes, almost like wearing a, in those steampunk kind of shows and movies and books, one of the characters will have a little ocular device over their left or right eye that helps them to see the spirit world or see into something or whatever. See the eyes? Do that. It's your body. Ask your body what you want it to help you do. Your ear, help you to hear, right? And look at her wings. Those wings are what she uses when she needs to get out of this bullshit. So, for example, I could see beautiful cat spirit being in the middle of a group of people all talking about politics. And listen, she's going to go ahead and tune that out and tune into the truth of what she's hearing. The truth of what she's hearing is going to be a lot of people saying, really, oh, yeah, you know what? I have absolutely no idea what's going on. And I know the truth that I really can't know what the truth is. But I'm afraid and I don't know what to do about it. That's what she's going to hear through her real ear. And on the outside, she in her 3D ears, she's going to hear stuff like, oh my God, did you see the election? Yeah, oh my God, this person's doing this. I don't really like his stance because at the end of the day, you got to discern what your truth is, discern what you're hearing, and that takes time and practice, of course, but get started on it. Look at her little eyes being able to see that as well, and her wings are going to start to flutter in that public environment. And as she flutters, what she does is she clears out that energy from her field, so she can be there amongst these people drinking wine and dine or whatever they're doing, have some hot dogs, God bless, and not buy into the fear, not feel their fear, not get injected with it, not get thrown off to the point that when she goes back home after this 2 or 3 hour party, she's all drained and ungrounded. Like, no, guys, you have to be cute little cat spirit. All right, thank you. They're also bringing in, thank you so much for this, because as I said, I was going to say cute little cat spirit, I heard a voice say stupid little cat spirit, but I was like, wait, hold on a second, why would I call cat spirit stupid? Because she's not. And they're trying to tell me that we also have interference being run on us in many ways. So sometimes it could be discarnate spirits literally just standing there, like I'll talk about that in a second, whispering in your ear. Whether or not you guys choose to believe it is your thing, but just because you don't believe something doesn't mean it doesn't affect you, right? So there's that. Sometimes this is not to make people go into fear, and not for some people to be like, I knew it, be discerning, but sometimes people do have implants, and those things do serve to try to throw you off your game. This is not everybody, but some people do. Also, sometimes you've got the voice of your parents, like if you have unresolved issues, the voice of your parents also hanging around in your ear. I was just talking to a friend today, and if you're watching, shout out, hi. And we were just talking about how your jailer has done a good job when you're no longer in jail, but you still police yourself, okay, the way that they taught you to. So that's another voice you have to contend with. So the point is, they're saying to watch the voices as well. Use your instincts to match things up. Like, that doesn't make sense. Why would I call a cat spirit stupid? Because she's not. Okay? Another thing for you to, going back to what I was talking about, guys, with the discarnate spirits, they're all around us, guys. You just have to tune in if you like. You can tune into your angels, you can tune into your ancestors, you can tune into, right? And sometimes your tuner, based on your mood, is set to pick up other influences, and you don't realize that, right? That's why we always have to watch our mood, so we don't become a vibrational match to things, right? And sometimes they're just things in the air, and sometimes, like, there was a I think it's called Magic for Humans, on a cute little show on Netflix, Magic for Humans. Check it out. There's an episode where a whole group of people work together in a plaza to convince passerby that they have been made invisible, right? And so the setup is that there'll be a magician, quote unquote, who's the actual magician for the show. It's him going around and doing magic for people, right? Yeah, I think, was it that show? I think it was that show. No, that was not. Oh my god, I'm crazy. Check out Magic for Humans. That's another show, which is very good. I'm sorry. This is God, I need to find that link if I remember. This show, Google, YouTube it. I'm sorry. This is another one. I believe it's another one. It's with this guy who got tricked into believing that he was invisible. That's what it was. And the show was him talking about it, like, I went viral because of this, or I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Make sure you don't get confused there. But check out Magic for Humans. Making a plug right there, right? But in that episode, or in that situation where the guy got tricked into believing it was human, geez, is it the same show? Anyway, it does not matter. It might be the same show, guys. Sorry. Check out Magic for Humans first. It might be that same show. But long story short, there are a few people, like, in one run, one guy, saw these bunch of people, saw magic was going on, he sat in the crowd, but he didn't know that everybody had already made this plan, and so everyone had their places, they had their cues, they had to say certain things, do certain things at certain times. And so guess who, when it was time to call for volunteers, people raised their hand, but guess who got called on? The one guy who is not in on it. And they had that person sit in a chair, and the magician, like, ran some game on him, basically, and then put the blanket over him, and it was like, whoop, now he's invisible, and the whole crowd's like, oh my god, where'd he go? Meanwhile, the guy's like, I'm right here, and he's like, the different people this was done on, they're like, I'm right here, and then you could see them coming to terms with that moment where they actually believed they were no longer in the physical world. They had gone invisible, and no matter what they did, nobody could see them. And you could see the different reactions. One guy was totally freaking out, but there was one guy who went and was like messing with people and, this and that, and like, I'm so happy he didn't try to go steal something, like, my point is, imagine when people slip into the non-physical and they can't be seen. That's my point. Imagine the havoc they could try to wreak havoc. Wreak havoc. Of course, that creates karmic stuff for them as well. But what it does for us is that it can disrupt us. So some spirits, these discarnate beings, if they are of a negative energy, they feed off of fear. And not to go into it, but a lot of the people behind and the beings, a lot of the beings that are behind our world right now and the running of it, they literally benefit from the fear energy that is put out. They suck it up, and it is their currency. So you have to understand that we're dealing with humans, but a lot of them are backed by extraterrestrials. You see already negative ones. You see already and negative beings. You see already how some of your cousins or this and that are so negative, and your friends, and they might like thrive off of making you feel bad. That's vampirism. Imagine if that is also just the way your energy works and what gets you off. These beings get off literally by being in power, and they're empowered by your fear energy. So I just want to remind you about that. Do not go into fear about all the stuff you're seeing in the news and blah blah blah, right? But also what I'm saying here is that you have to remember that just because someone slips out of the non-physical, now they've passed on, or they're whatever, or they're just a ghost, or they're just a spirit, or some non-physical being that is from, we would say, an ET, but they are different species. A lot of them may still thrive on that, and they just want to mess with you. And so a lot of them may thrive off of sexual energy. So if you wake up in a night with that kind of feeling, succubus, incubus, all those things, those are real. And so you have to shield before you go to sleep, shield when you wake up. So it's just proper spiritual care that nobody has taught us, because it's not within the interest of society and the powers that be to teach us. Instead, they would rather us be separated by feeding us certain beliefs that serve to disempower us. And a lot of those beliefs are the dark side of religion, right? You always want to stay in the light side of things, which are open, flexible, inclusive, self-honoring, right? And not dogmatic, and don't force you to stay into the same thing and just waste your time doing all this and all the time, right? So anyway, the point is, you can do whatever it is that you want, but make sure it doesn't disempower you. And they're bringing that up because they're saying that, like Cat Spirit, who is truly in a place of discernment, She can hear somebody whispering stupid shit in her ear, oh, don't go to work today. Or you don't, or you're this, you're that. They literally, guys, I hear that a lot because I'm clairaudient. So I'll literally go to pick up, excuse me, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm going to do a reading for my audience and my buddies here, my viewers. And I'll just hear, don't do that. And if I'm ungrounded and if I'm not resolved in what I want to do, then what is going to happen is I'll be like, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't do that. And I won't even realize it's not my voice. And on top of that, if I'm disempowered and I give my spirit guides way too much power, that's another thing. Don't over give your guides power. They don't want that. And they know that that's a trap for you too. So if I hear don't do that, it's my job to discern whether that is the voice of my guides or something out there, or maybe my own voice showing me that I actually don't feel like doing it. I know you're probably like, dude, how are we supposed to know? It's a muscle you have to work with. You have to work on your discernment, and that's what they're coming through to help you, right? But yeah, some people are like, oh, my guides don't want me to do this. Like, they're like, hold on, we never said that. That wasn't us. And so you have to get to know your spirit team. Get to know yourself with a firm foundation first. A lot of people already have that, and they're to the opposite. We're like, bump that. I'm not listening to you. Who are you? And meanwhile, they're disregarding good information from their guides because they think they know it all. And then we've got people all the way on the other end, where I used to start off, where I started off my journey, and many years ago, when I was not knowing a lot of stuff, right? And I would have this idea, they said do this, I have to do this, and sometimes it's not them, and they don't want you to rely on them because they're not above us. No one is above us. No one. It doesn't matter what dimension they come from, what we call them here on earth. They're not above us. Sananda, the energy that we have identified on earth as Jesus, doesn't want to be known as a god. They're not gods. They are our cousins in another dimension, and they want to, and remember, we exist in that dimension as well at a higher level. And so it's weird for them to be like, they don't want you to elevate them to there. They want you to learn the lessons that they're here to offer you to help us at this level to evolve. But at their level, we're already there on some level. We just don't know it. And that's, from our standpoint, what we're doing is we're spiritually evolving so that we could get to those levels, right? But everything is already in the now. There's no past, there's no present, there's no past and there's no future. There's only the present. And so that's why you have to know that this you at this level of evolution exists just as you at the last level, if there could be, of your evolution, your personal evolution, already exists as well. And that's why you could pray to your higher self and you can try to align with your higher self. That's all we're doing, right? So long story short, Spirit is really trying to let us know, like Cat Spirit, please, 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 in this day and age, have your defenses up. Defenses come with a capital D, and guys, not the D we want, all right? Okay? Sorry. Well, hopefully it comes with that too, but the point is, it's discernment, okay? Use your heart. Go with your heart. Tune into the heart space. Work on the heart space. Clear the heart space. Have it open and shielded. Use your wings. A lot of us have wings. And if you're like, do I? Hey, do you want some? Go ahead and imagine it, right? Because you probably have it. And just imagine it. And ask your angels and guides to help you to open your wings. That should help you travel better at night. Like Cat Spirit, she flutters her wings to help her clear energy around her, because look, when those wings start going, all that low vibration, it has to go. It can't stay. It's too strong. So use your wings. Use your third eye, your intuition, right? Use your third ear. I'm going to say your third ear. Your third and fourth ears. I don't know. Use that intuitive ear, right? And they're saying the two most important words to learn is this. Well, I guess it's 3 words. No, thank you. Okay? They're saying, as sovereign beings, you are completely guarded by that. No, thank you. I see it. No, thank you. Okay? You can look at her. Listen, guys. Cat spirit, you know our cats on earth. They're not fooling around. They don't want it. They're going to look at you like you've done lost your mind. They're like, no. They don't. And sometimes they're rude. They don't even say it. They just look at you. And the eyes are like, get that shit out of here. That's what they're saying. You're like, oh, okay, but it's dinner. Like, okay, we'll put that shit down and leave. And I'll eat it when I'm ready. That's your cat. That's your cat right there. Right? Yeah, I'm not saying to be your rude cat. But, like, my point is for them, it's just a very quick idea. I mean, like, maybe cats spend some time thinking, do I or do I not? But every cat I know does not do that. They look, I don't want it. They look, I want it. That's it. They're not hemming and hawing and do I not? But does he love me? Like, no, they're not trying to think about that. It just because the discernment is way too strong. And their discernment is a little bit of a selfish one. That doesn't work for me. No, thank you. They're saying that go ahead and soften it to that if you want. Oh, that doesn't work for me. No, thank you. Hey, everyone's going out to the movies tonight. You want to come? Yeah, you know what? You know what I say to people? And it's true. I say, you know what? My heart's just not feeling it tonight. It's leading me somewhere else. That's the kind of language you have to have in this new earth, this new world, this new shift. You're not saying, you're giving a reason. You're not just saying no. So you're not like, no. People are going to be like, oh, that's rude. You're giving a reason. And your reason, while it may not be what they want to hear, is your absolute truth. No, you know what? Maybe another time. Tonight, my heart is just kind of not in it. It wants me, I feel like it wants me to stay home tonight. I think I need to stay home and do something. Maybe you don't even know what that is, but you're being called to stay home. Use the language. They can't, what are they going to say? Oh, tell your heart to shut up? Like, no, you can't do that. Because you'd be like, excuse me? Right? So stop lying and saying, no, you know what, I got to do the kids. That's a lie. Because then it turns out your kids are actually very self-sufficient. They don't actually want you home. Like all sorts of stuff. So, oh, sadly, right? So start incorporating, and now they're showing the mouth. Cute. They're saying start incorporating that energy. Oh, look, there's some blue right there at her throat. Yeah, same color, light blue as that throat chakra. Start to incorporate that truth of yours into your daily life. That's part of discernment. Discernment isn't only about just seeing and recognizing. It's also going the full circle and letting people know your truth, okay? Look, the abundant universe will provide. So this is showing me, this is a commentary on FOMO, fear of missing out. You want to go because your crush is going to the theater and so is that girl Delia, and you don't want, sorry, someone's name is Delia, God bless, this is not you. But you're like, oh, I need to go because I don't want him to like start liking her, whatever, right? When it happens, that happens. But if that happens, it wasn't for you. But the point is, they're saying don't have that fear of missing out. The universe will provide for you. If your heart is saying no, no thank you, this isn't for me right now, that's it. Go your way, and Spirit is going to give you what is for you, okay? Wow, they're so good. I love Spirit. Amen. Only they could have two cards that look seemingly incongruent. Claim your independence right next to time to collaborate, right? Super cute. And what's these beautiful ants are coming forward to say is that, yes, this is actually saying contracts and so bad. They're so bad. God. I'm hearing the word portraiture, but they're just messing with me now, okay? They're messing with me now, okay? That's for some. Anyway, contracts, what are they saying? Sorry guys, that threw me. What they're saying is that time to collaborate is, it could be about love, it could be about partnerships, it could be about anything, but what they're trying to show you is they could have brought out cute little otter spirit. Guys, otter spirit, the homies, right? They're the two lovey-dovey, totally snugged up little guys. Oh, yeah, okay. Back by popular demand by Jonelle. I don't know if anyone else, but let's bring out otter spirit. Oh, otter spirit. Guys, when I think about otter spirit, my heart just like, yes. But you know what? I've noticed that through my own heartbreak and stuff, I'm not necessarily looking for otter spirit anymore, right? Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand, otter spirit. Shit! Oh my gosh, I just checked to make sure they're on camera, and I saw 44 minutes and 44 seconds. Get it? Otter spirit's like, hi everybody. Hi everybody. Hi. They're so cute. Otter spirit comes through with that soulmate energy, that lovey-dovey energy. But there's a reason why they are bringing out ant spirit, because there's still two. And I just let me just hug them. They're so cute, guys. But look, ant spirit, time to collaborate, comes with the one. We're like, hold on, what the hell? What are we doing here? And they're saying that right now, God bless, excuse me, otter spirit. They're saying right now they want you to focus on on collaborating and building connections and having partnerships, but it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. And not only that, but they're saying even if it is romantic, please see it as work, is what they're saying. It's work. And in the sense of work, they're saying there's lessons to be learned, and it's not like work only like needing to have money exchanged, but it's about seeing that you're working together to co-create something. And so a lot of times what gets us a little caught up, myself included, is this desire to have love all the time, right? And it's a lot of times you may meet somebody, but it's not about creating something out of love. It's about having an energetic exchange that creates a certain condition for knowledge, right? Karmic partners, right? ERX, exes. So some of you still like working out stuff with that ex, that salty ex, that you're like, does this person love me? Listen, if they're not coming around, let them go. They're in this category. They're not here. Okay, and even though these two beautiful cards are standing right next to each other, the distance emotionally from here to here can be so long. It can be experienced as being so long in time, in distance, right? It's hard work to get from this place of being all having this romantic a narrative. Here we are with the narrative again, having this romantic narrative for somebody when actually you need to not see it in that romantic way. So we get that, right? All right. So trust the great mystery. Here we are with this 6 and 5 coming through with 11 energy, right? But trust the great mystery is saying that in the absence of the love connection, for example, like if God is like, oh, hey, you think it's going to be an otter spirit energy, but actually it's going to be an ant spirit energy. You're like, right? I wanted love. But for example, they're saying in the absence of that kind of connection, trust that something is possible for you. Trust a great mystery that you can turn the corner tomorrow and bump into the love of your life. You can get on that elevator and bump into your next boss. You can, go to a gas station and end up striking up a conversation with the person who's going to be your next landlord, right? So they're saying you have to trust a great mystery and release the narratives. Release the narratives. It's okay to have hope, but don't allow those hopes and expectations to lock you into creating a certain narrative about a future that hasn't even resulted. Because what happens is then you build up this tower of expectation, and then when the truth happens, as it was going to happen already, it kind of creates a disappointment within you, because now it's like dashed your hopes, right? So we all know that, right? So maybe giving yourself some checks and balances along the way help you to, even though you build up a little bit of expectations, get that checks and balance out. Okay, it's just a friend, not going to think too much about it. Let me focus on something else. Yeah, so that way you're not like, oh, you just, maybe. And then by the time you know it, you've got this huge tower built, and it's just like, right? And just making hardship in your life. All right, so let's continue on. God bless. Squirrel spirit, super cute. Squirrel spirit is kind of helping in the downstairs, because I'm seeing him here with our seahorse spirit. When seahorse spirit, thank you guys. Thanks, guys. Notice how they're dressed alike, too. They're dressed alike. You get my point. When Seahorse Spirit receives whatever these energetic packages are, these things that are coming towards you, these events, what happens is that he sends it to the downstairs to Squirrel Spirit to open up. And look how Squirrel Spirit's opening up these things that he's receiving, or she's receiving. She feels like a she today. And Squirrel Spirit is taking a close inspection of it. Imagine Squirrel Spirit by your side. Squirrel Spirit is a master at discernment. She's so good at what she does now that she doesn't even need to open the box, right? Squirrel Spirit is working for you, is what she's saying. I'm working for you, like a commercial. So the next guy that comes along, she's going to be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Squirrel, cute. She's going to look at you and be like, hey, man, bypass. You're like, oh, thank you so much for coming today, sir. The exit's there, right? Somebody mentions an event, and Squirrel's like, yeah, no, we don't need that. You can be like, oh my God, thank you so much for the invite. I just remembered my heart doesn't want to go. But love you, bye. Right? Right? Sorry, not sorry. But my point is that Squirrel Spirit is going to be helping you with your discernment, right? So Seahorse Spirit is saying, yes, not every package that you receive has to be followed up on. It's a two-part thing because you're going to be receiving a lot. Nature abhors a vacuum, but it doesn't mean you have to jump on everything that comes, right? And so the two of them are working in tandem to help you to be better at what you do, which is discernment. They're helping you to build your cat skills. And they are bringing, I gotta be honest, they are bringing this, oh, Spirit, come on, guys. They are bringing this message back up here. And they're saying the reason why Otter Spirit is underneath is because there are some connections that may start off not looking romantic, but may lead to something romantic. Obviously, that's not for everybody, right? So, that's the realm of a personal reading for you guys. God bless. But they're saying that, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So, dream the world into being. Now, they're giving me the world, the world. Thank you. Thank you for the world. They're giving me the words, driving school. And you guys know that when they say driving school, for me, that means that they're going to be the one in the driver's seat. So imagine taking your, I'm sorry, it's 10:38 p.m. here. Imagine them giving you driving lessons. You know, if you're at driver's ed. Driving school in the States. Wake up! Sorry, I'm still here. Okay, driving school in the States. Okay, driving school in the States. A lot of the cars that they use, they're special cars where in the driver's seat as well as the passenger seat, they have the whole steering wheel, brake, and acceleration setup. So the student can drive comfortably from their side, left side, and if the teacher needs to jump in and like pump some brakes or just do some steering, they can override that. And so that's why they kind of give that idea driving school. And when they give that, that means that, hey, we're in the driver's seat. There's some measure of real, what's the word, free will. I heard foreplay, so that's for somebody. Real foreplay. Okay, hey, get it. Okay, hope it's for all of you. May you have foreplay for the rest of your days. Right. But the words I was going for before those words came out is real free will. Yes, they're saying some of you, you guys will have real free will at certain points, but they're going to be doing the driving. Now, that being said, they're saying dream the world into being, okay? So, excuse me. It's like, wait, you say to dream the world into being, you want me to do my own canvas, but then you're saying, that I can't control everything? Yeah, they're saying, yeah, welcome to life. Welcome to life. You're going to be sitting in seat 38A. It's into window seat. Enjoy your flight, right? So it's a lovely mixture of free will and non-free will, where you just have to experience certain things. It's your karmic agreements. But they're saying trust that you still have a lot of leeway. You still are responsible for dreaming your world, and you are still responsible for making things happen. So when things don't happen the way you want it, it's not always the universe. They're saying a lot of that stuff was your free will. And so they're saying to clean it up. Clean it up. We want the company impressed, right? So they're saying that, yes, dream the world into being. Do not sit back and just expect it to be done for you. Because you might find that, yes, a body is here, but maybe spirit is the bones and the circulatory system. But what about the skin and the, all the other stuff? Like you're still needed to make this experience happen. Now, take time out falls right underneath Ant Spirit. There are a few messages here. Take time out. Brown Bear Spirit is saying, one message is like, yes, you're going to be collaborating with a lot of people, most of which are not going to be romantic. So they're saying already right off the bat, most of which are not going to be romantic, if any. All right, so let's arrest that idea, okay, already. But Brown Bear Spirit is saying you need to take time out and be discerning. Taking time out and being discerning says it's okay to put people on deep freeze. Now, he's bringing through this message as an energetic defense. So he's saying, hey, look at how he's using this hand on his chest. Look at how someone like pushed Brown Bear Spirit back, like, not now. And he's like, and I'm a bear. He's saying, if they push me back and they say, not now, I have no choice but to comply, even though I'm a full-on bear, because the energy is stronger. And so he's saying that if they ice me out, I can't enter into their field. So he's coming through with psychic protection again, right? So he's saying that sometimes you need a break, and it's not wrong and it's not mean and obtuse and terrible of you to say, you know what, I need a break from this cousin, or I need a break from this job, or I need whatever, and you can put them on ice for a little bit, right? I used the word obtuse because they wanted to use that word, all right? So anyway, if you're like, but that one word didn't go along with the other synonyms, I know it means something different, but that's the word they wanted me to use. It's not obtuse of you to do that. They're saying, now, how can you put someone on ice? Just imagine it. Imagine yourself. This is what I was talking to with my friend M the other day. M from M Intuition Tarot. But, if you want to put someone on ice, for example, or a situation on ice, so you can take that time, just imagine yourself in your beautiful shield in a bubble, and imagine it being nice and warm on the inside, so you're doing your thing, and on the outside is cold, right? And it's cold, and it's hard to penetrate. So the point is, the person who keeps bothering you, you can even set this shield just for them. Doesn't have to be for everybody. Maybe you're just like, dude, this guy keeps calling me. I need time to think. Just put it on ice and say it's for this person. They'll get the message. You can even put a timer into the ice shield, so you can set it to go off. Like, say, okay, I need my own space until the end of the weekend. Imagine your shield, have the timer in there, and set your timer, guys. You are the creator of your own universe. And so dream that shield into life. Now, what will happen is that every time this person may go to call you, or, something may pop up and they're like, or they might, they'll get busy, or they will, for some reason, not think of you, or they may see you doing a lot of stuff and like, oh man, they're really busy. Or they will, they'll get the point on an energetic level. And they might, especially if they're looking just to get an emotional fix. Like, some people need an emotional hit. So they go somewhere, they suck the energy out of somebody. Why does it have to be you, right? And you just create that barrier, and they'll bypass you. And they might think of somebody else instead of you, because you have rendered yourself invisible to them or inaccessible to them in that moment. And there's nothing wrong with that. And when you're ready to thaw that out, if ever, you can go ahead and just imagine the shield being, warmed and melted, and now things are good. And that's how it is. All right. Last card that's coming through here is Turkey Spirit. Super cute. Turkey Spirit comes through with the word gratitude. But I'm also seeing a motorcycle here for Turkey Spirit. Turkey Spirit is bad to the bone. Bad. Just kidding. Turkey Spirit, you're great. But Turkey Spirit he rides a motorcycle. So I'm getting Turkey Spirit coming through with this card here. Trust in the great mystery. Turkey Spirit is saying, isn't it great to have gratitude? When you have gratitude, it just makes the future just so much better. Trust in the great mystery and trust that whatever is going to be coming for you is going to be great. Even if it feels painful for a minute, it's going to be in your, I'm hearing, in your best defense. So a lot of you may be feeling unsafe in the future, in the great mystery, but they're saying trust that whatever is coming for you is going to be in your best defense. Rejection is protection, right? Here you are, God bless, saying, oh, I hope that I can get this person to love me. And meanwhile, the mystery that's going to be revealed is that, like, this person ain't for you. And so what starts to happen is doors start closing when it comes to this person. And you're like, I knew I shouldn't have trusted God with my heart. And you run off and cry. We all do it, right? But what they're saying is instead, trust that the future and what it brings is in your best defense. So if it doesn't work out and those doors get closed, have a thankful spirit. It's an energetic shift that needs to happen, and it can be hard, but work at it. So instead of saying, oh, this person doesn't love me, I'm not good enough, and I never get somebody, and why is God never giving me somebody? Instead, be like, oh, shoot, God, you took this person away? Why? Like, I thought things were going well. Like, I really had future plans based on them. I had like 8 kids with them in my mind, like, you know, whatever floats your boat. And why'd you take them away? Oh, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be because this person would have been a problem for me later on down the line. That kind of thinking, they're saying, is the gratitude spirit. Thanks, God. I don't get why you did it, and I'm kind of low-key mad at you, but like, thanks, I know it was for my best. If you have that kind of spirit, that's winning. Hashtag winning, right? For real though, winning. And so that attitude, they say, is the best attitude to have going into this mystery, going into the unknown, not knowing, is this going to work out? What am I going to do for a job? Blah, blah, blah. However the chips fall, if you have that attitude, you must know that it is guiding you towards your highest good. And the closed door, the rejection, the being passed over, the abandonment, that is for your protection, and that's all there is to it. Now, okay, whatever other story you were going to say, yeah, but nope. Now you're going into narrative. Watch your words. But nope. That's God, like, right? For your protection. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to spin it as. Know that it's for your protection. That's why it's a no. And now and ding, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the narrative zone. Then you start creating a story about it. Listen, whether you create a story about it or not doesn't change the fact that they came in, they did their job, they said no, because this person is not for you, they are not for you, so we're protecting you. And if you know what's up, you'll be like, thanks, spirit, bye. But instead, a lot of people go into, but this happened because he said, and I said, and before you know it, you're like way down the line. I was going to say you're 65, and then I saw this, 65, right? Next thing, you're way down, and you're creating a whole narrative about an event that just has one answer. It wasn't for you because we're protecting you. And now they're bringing back the 65 here. Trust the great mystery and know that whatever happens, whatever they put in motion for you is for your protection, and it is your best defense, okay? So that's all there is to it. And anything else that you make it is what you make it, and it doesn't mean it's real, all right? Going back to that storyline that I told you, when you ask someone to pass you the pencil, and then you create a story about how they did it, and their expression, and what they were probably thinking when they did it. They just want to get back at you because they're jealous of you. That's not real. That's a story, okay? So, anyway, thank you so much, guys. Let's see if we can pull out one more card, because you know once I get started, guys, I got... It's like 10 to 11 here, though. Let's see if a card wants to come out for us. God bless. Anything, guys, that you want to say to our beloved friends watching? God bless. Aside from the fact that they love you. Oh, my God. All our cards just fell out. Oh, holy moly, guys. Listen. You guys know my guys don't F around. All right? Look at this. Ah, okay. Now, the first two, like 8 cards just fell. Let's look at them together. And they feel connected. So, what I'm seeing here is 2 of Pentacles, High Priestess, Empress, and King of Swords. I'm hearing Lady of the Night, okay? Oh, damn. Okay, get it. Lady of the Night. So, but to me, of course, that could be referring to a prostitute, or it could be metaphorical prostitution. But to me, it also means shadow. Look at her as the Empress with this King of Swords. Guys, why is King of Swords always the bad guy in these narratives? And he always is. But we love to have the King of Swords as the bad guy. I mean, not the bad guy, but look, because he's bringing this sword. He's the one that teaches you to love yourself. He's the one that teaches you to karmically cut him out. Look at her. Yes, she's the Empress, hoping for this marriage and this commitment and this and that. But look at how it's up in the air. But notice her with these, look, these stars. She's confused. This is one whole deck that fell out, and the other deck fell. The other four cards fell out together. I'm going to look at that in a second. Notice how she's even sitting away from this King of Swords and closer to this High Priest, the commitment, right? What they're saying here is a lot of you are trying to be about this coupling with commitment there, but it's not working out. It's been up in the air since day one. A lot of you are no longer in this connection, but notice how she's now realizing, wait a minute, I've been so out of it. I've been confused with all these stars around me. What I actually want is commitment. And look at how he's pointing his hands up. He's like, buckle in. He holds on to her and it's like lifting her out of this situation. And now that's gone. What they're saying to focus on is what you want to feel, what you want to have. Is if you want to have commitment, why the hell are you with this guy? Because this guy is not it. Guy, girl, whatever. They're not it. They're not giving you what it is that you want. This person is creating this 2 of Pentacles. Yes, no, up, down, in, out, multiple parties situation for you. So why are you doing that? Why are you waiting and spending your precious life force, days out of your life, hours out of your day, days out of your month, spending holidays alone, every day wondering if this person's going to text and call? They're like, wake up. She's got stars all over, right? Now, let's look at the next pile. I kid you not, these all just fell out. Look at this. Like, come join here. Empress, become this person. Queen of Wands. Look at the 2 of Cups. Partnership. Ace of Cups. Divine love. Queen of Wands. Look how happy she is. She's in her own element. 10 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. So, guys, it's like this was you at that lower level, right, of consciousness. And they're saying that they want me to drive that home. This person had to go because you were at a lower level of consciousness. When you chose to elevate yourself and to do the timeline shift and to heal yourself and work with your shadows and look at your core wounds, what happened is you aligned yourself with this zing with God. And look what happened. They pulled you out and up into another reality. And now you're no longer confused. You're at this level. Do you see? And look at what you can have now. You can be the old you, all confused with all those stars trying to be next to some guy or girl who doesn't care. Or you can be here sitting pretty. Notice the guy doesn't even have to show up. I bet if I pulled a card, he'd probably be the King of Wands, right? Oh my God, the next card I pulled is a Lover's card. Guys, stop it. All right, there, like, look. That's what I'm saying. Like, why? Like, you can feel it. So, my point is, this they want to say, as the last thing to say today, you've shifted timelines, so you're no longer this person anymore. So when you're no longer this person anymore, you have to get rid of things that come along that stream of consciousness. They're saying that's what a timeline shift is. You're changing your stream of consciousness. In other words, you're changing your reality based on the way you think, the way you see, and the way you are, the things that you're allowing. And so now you're on another timeline completely. If that person doesn't shift, they're still there, and they're going to attract another person to fill that spot. Meanwhile, you're just going to attract somebody who's going to be more of your speed. Now check it out how it falls right on this beautiful seahorse spirit. It says watch and wait. Okay, so that's why a lot of you may have heard things about, one thing about, oh, this is your guy, this is that, this could happen, this, that. But then now you're getting different readings entirely. And the reason why is because you have changed your reality. So it's less about the psychic being wrong and this and that. That's always people's first defense, right? But the truth is, no, you've done the work. And because you've done the work, you've elevated yourself, all right? We're not dealing with, those old energies anymore. So, amen. All right, guys. So thank you so much. I'm going to go now. Look at my rose. Cute, right? It's real. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hug it and kiss it. I already kissed it. It's so cute. It's so sweet. And thank you so much, guys. If you'd like a personal reading or if you'd like to donate to me, thank you so much in advance. The link is in the box below. Thanks, guys. Bye.